So often in life, are we expected to just go with the flow and not have really any control over the outcome of your situation? And I think that the older you get, the more you realize how little control you actually have over anything. And there is a deep peace to be found inside of that realization. The universe sends really interesting little hints and nods that you're not going in the right direction anymore sometimes in life. And sometimes it's obvious to you immediately, sometimes it's obvious a little further down the road. But I think eventually we all come to find that whatever we're laboring over starts to dry up, which is always an invitation to start the next chapter. And whenever you do start that next chapter, whatever it might be, and if you're dedicated to it in the same way you were dedicated to the previous one, you'll find newfound success. You'll find abundance. But it's so important and even required to acquiesce to the cosmic signposts that point you in directions not of your choosing. And it's important to find peace in those times, to not beat yourself up that you didn't try hard enough when the last thing dried up and was no longer as fruitful as it used to be. Because you're not in control of it. You're not in control of how fruitful it was, and you're not in control of it drying up either. You're the recipient of some incredible gift divinely offered, and you should view it as such. And when it comes to gifts, you don't have control over them one way or the other, especially when they're given to you from somewhere beyond. Your only duty in that case is to keep being grateful and keep trying new things. Always be trying new things, because when you keep trying new things, life continues to be fun. It continues to be interesting when you untangle yourself from the outcome, the expectation of financial return, or online recognition. When you let yourself return to a place of childlike wonder and excitement over a new craft or a new tool or a new technique, and fully allow yourself to just enjoy it as a kid would enjoy a new video game on Christmas. Because that's all any of us are, just grown-up kids who keep wanting to have fun, but in different kinds of ways. And I think the grown-up way to really have fun is to keep learning new stuff and apply new skills, especially as a creative, as an artist. Because that childlike funness continues into adulthood as an artist when you make new and interesting things and you innovate, especially with all of these new tools that keep coming out. You have to untangle yourself from the outcome. You have to stop worrying so much that it might take a while to become recognized, and it might not even happen at all. And when I say you have to, I'm also speaking to myself. I have to stop expecting certain things, because the moment that I do, time and time again, life rewards me abundantly when I stop worrying about what's going to happen. And the reason why it's pragmatic and practical to stop worrying about what's going to happen is because you don't have control over what's going to happen. It's as simple as that, in a manner of speech. And so get busy, keep learning new stuff, find the fun in it, and just keep grinding. Because what else are you going to do while you're here? If you're an artist and you're watching this and you know you're an artist, then you know it's your duty to keep learning and to keep growing. Because you know the visions that you have. You know how amazing they would be if they were to be fully realized in this world and brought into reality. You know how fun it would be for society to receive that ultimate gift in its rawest and purest form. And you can only manifest its rawest and purest form by learning the tools and becoming a master at them. This is what I'm really coming to realize. And you know what? I realize it through music, funny enough. There's certain musicians and songs that really bring me to that place of realization where there is this insane vision inside of my head, which if only the rest of the world could view it and experience it, would understand its enormity and how awesome it is. But it can only be brought into reality the more that I learn and the more that I grow and develop as an artist. The more tools that I learn, the more softwares that I go down tutorial rabbit holes for. It's all building towards that ultimate goal. And I'm sure eventually we will reach a point where AI is so sophisticated that it can literally interpret our brainwaves to some degree and bring our imaginations directly in real time into the physical. And won't that be a fun day? But until then, you still got to learn the tools of the trade if you want to make a splash, if you want to leave an impression. And you got to get busy. AI is taking us some of the way, but there is still much to be done in between now and when AI can fully read our thoughts. Which will be scary, don't get me wrong, but it will also be cool as a creative to be able to instantaneously transmit your ideas into the world. It's hard to imagine what that world will look like once it arrives. It's going to be disruptive, that's for sure. Industries will crumble overnight. They're already showing signs of it. But yes, until then, and again, this is a message to myself as much as it is to you guys. Learn the tools, learn Blender, learn Unreal, learn Touch Designer, learn Houdini. learn Cinema 4D, any of them and all of them. The more the merrier. The more that you learn and understand, the more you will have at your disposal to bring your raw imagination into the world in its purest form. And what I mean by that is in the form that most resembles how it looks in your head. Because that's all that we're trying to do as artists, is bring the most realistic version of our daydreams into the world. That's all that we want. That's all that I want. And AI has brought me closer than ever to that goal, but it has not brought me all of the way. And I know the tools pretty thoroughly, and I can still say there's some visions in my head that I have not shared with the world yet, and I simply can't yet due to the limitations of my knowledge. But I'm certain that once I learn these tools inside and out better and better, it's only going to become more beautiful. And so, I invite you to join me in this never-ending quest of knowledge acquisition and developing as a person, because like I said earlier, what else are you going to do? What better in this world is there to do than to grow and to learn and to fully self-realize? Because it's really fun, and all that I really care about in this world is having fun. But our ideas of fun evolve over time, what we consider fun, and this is what I find fun, and I hope you do too. I'll catch you guys next time.